Okay, so at the end of this class, we should be able to do some project in terms of launching your own website and putting some HTML content inside the website. We're going to look at that with 53. You are going to create your own domain, launch your website. So before the end of this, AWS in general, because we'll be done with what we are doing now is basically Linux server administration, so which we end today. So next week, we are going fully into AWS architecture, which is refers to infrastructure as a code, IaaS, infrastructure as a code. So that is what we are going to be looking at from next week. We're going to look at a lot of AWS infrastructure. We're going to look at storage. We're going to look at elastic block storage, S3 buckets. We're also going to look at auto scaling and load balancing. Then we are going to look at how to also provision relational database. Then we look at IP subnetting, Route 53, and how to create your own virtual private cloud. We are also going to look at that. So those are the things we'll be looking at from next week. So after today, we are done with play. So Linux server administration, we are done with it. So we are on that. I think the only thing we need Linux for after today is just our S3 bucket when we want to use the programmatic access to save our file and our folders on AWS. That's what we need Linux. I think most of those things is just internet, is just physical graphics. We're going to access them via AWS interface. So that should take us another 1 month or more. But we'll try as much as possible, we can beat it down to 1 month so that by the end of April, we are done with that. Okay. So we're also going to look at scripting, how to write your script. All those long things, sudo, you are doing, CD, all those things. You can provision the script as a file and load it once. That's what we call continuous deployment. So we'll see how we'll be able to achieve that, to write a script to load those things one at a time instead of ceremony. Okay. So we also look at how we can use our user data while launching our server on AWS to achieve some of these things. Because as a network administrator, you want to save time. So time is very, very crucial. It's of essence. So you don't want to be loading server, doing CD, touch, or those MKDR. You don't want to be doing that. So you have a file, a script already that you just load into your user data. So I will show you. Let me launch a server. So while launching this server, I'm going to show you what I meant. Okay, we want to be using Frankfurt, Abby. Frankfurt. Let's go to Frankfurt so we can use our details there. Okay. How you doing? About the DevOps going to share wow. No. Nearby, you'll be using some tools, long code. Oh, yeah. But the thing is, you don't have to cram any of this. Okay. You understand? They don't cram all this thing. Have a script that you can use. The only time you go into that script is when there are some things you will do now today. In the next 1 month, it will be deprecated, which means it will no longer be supported. So that is when you now go into the script and be checking one after the other, going online. You understand? Stack Overflow, going to Google, what is happening? Why is this not working? You understand? But sometimes you don't cram all those things. You just have a script. The way you will just understand the basic things. All those CD, MKDR, touch, buy, cat. You understand those basic elements. But some of those long distance, you don't cram them. So it's not a good practice to cram them. So instances. Let's launch our instance. Now we write a lot of scripts. I'll teach you in the script when we get to that will be the beginning of our DevOps. In next month, you will see how to create this ATM card decoding. Wow. To create a ATM card, you understand all those questions. Please insert your card, enter amount, enter password. You understand? The coding behind those backend. You will see some of them when we get to scripting, bash scripting in full. That one is DevOps in full. So you will see to that, yeah. So today we are going to look at let's name it release server. We are always spinning up one server to create permission. So we are good. AWS, Linux, free trial, or KP, only KP. Okay, security group, SSH. Okay, I think that's the only thing we need. Okay, so like what I said before, you click on this is advanced. When you click on advanced, so there are more higher configuration. You understand? When you get to some stage, when we want to configure Samba, we will do that. I will take you through it in Samba configuration. There are some things, this is domain join directory, IAM instance. When we get to AWS, you will know what all this is from next week on. I think we are going to start with IAM, Identity and Access Management. All those DNS host name, all those things, you're going to understand them when we get to AWS. Termination, protection, all those things, you will know what they do with time. They are not magic. So this is the user data. You would have had an existing script. Okay, I think I have a script on here. Let me check if the script is still valuable. Let me check. So we'll load it inside this user data and see if we can browse our website. So, come in. Okay. This is it. Okay, let me go down. This is network transfer protocol. I'm not interested in that. Okay, this is it now. You understand? If I want to spin up a server, instead of doing all those things, I will just copy all this. You know, these are the steps we follow. You understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sudo su cd/, we went into the root. Then we did yum install httpd-y. You understand? Then after that, what did we do? Systemctl, we started httpd and we enabled what? httpd. Then we created a file. You understand? Touch, this is a part. Create a file inside var, inside www, inside HTML, create a file called what? Index.what? HTML. Now, as you can go ahead to use this part, you will understand what the part means.
Okay, this is it's like a shortcut.
It's a shortcut, yes.
Slash var slash instead of
it to be doing
step by
CD,
step,
CD.
slash. Okay.
So you just do touch. The first slash means root. You understand?
Okay.
Because this var is kept inside the root. You understand? So it's meant touch, which means create a file. Go to the root. You understand? There is a directory called var inside the root. You understand? And inside var, there is a directory called
www. Like a subroot.
Exactly. So inside www, there is a directory called HTML. Then inside this HTML, create a file called index.what? HTML.
Okay.
Understand? Then when you create this, then echo, instead of VI, you can use echo. You understand?
Okay.
To put a content. You understand? Echo this. You understand? Second batch script, this content. This is the content I want to echo now. You understand? Echo this inside the same root.
Okay.
Index.what? HTML. You understand? So cat means I just want to view the content, but it doesn't matter inside the script. You understand?
Okay.
And do away with this cat. You understand? Cat means okay, I want to see the content, so it will not run since we are loading from user data. So it's really infinitesimal. So this is how you create your script. You understand? So when you now browse this IP, okay, let's try now. Let's try this. You understand? Let's see if it will work. Except some just, but if it didn't work, we will still get to that. It's not really what we are concerned about today. You understand?
Okay.
So it's not really what we are concerned about today. But if it didn't work, next time we'll still come back to it. So this is also another way to create all the sudo hostname -f. It doesn't matter. Or is either you use that or you use this. You understand? So to do this, you understand? You have to first of all use bin/bash. Okay, let me paste it so you see. Let me just copy this. Any one of the two, I just wrote two different scripts. Okay, this is how you start your bash script. It must start with #shebang/bin/bash. So this is a prerequisite for you to start any script you want to write on Bash script. You understand? So we have different type of scripts. We have Python, we have Bash, we have Node.js, we have Java, there are plenty, etc., etc. You understand? But we are still going to look at Python in the long run. We look at Python, we look at Bash, we look at SA. It's just all of them, they do the same thing. It's just different language. Just as I'm coming to you, I say, please, can you give me that cup? It's a language you understood that you are meant to give me the cup. And I speak in Yoruba, you understand? You also understood that you are meant to give me the cup. So all of them, they perform the same function. It's just different languages. That is what it meant. So just master one. You understand? Master one, the professional one. So like my own, I master this bash scripting. So I will also want to, in fact, the Python, I've not even gone far in it. I think I'm just 20% up in Python. But I really want to master in Python is just to have an idea in case you see some company tell you what they like using is Python. So you know you don't have option than to go into what Python. Okay, I think this is, should give space to this thing. Okay. See the right script. Okay, let me launch instance. But mind you, I will have to, since we want to check our we are launching web server, you need to enable port 80. So let's just, is it this? Which one are we using? Is it really SD that we use for the server? I think it's
really SD.
Okay. So I think it's enabled. We'll check it out. Let's just launch the instance. We'll check it out if port 80 is enabled. So let's check our instance security. Let's check our inbound rule. You know, the good thing is with time, after 4 months, all these things, we'll just be using them back. You understand? Okay, we've opened our traffic already. So it's good, but let's consciously add HTTP.
Out of HTTPS.
So let's consciously add it. So save rule. Let's save the rule, okay? So let's check if our instance is running now. With that, you don't need to even log in into your mobile STL machine.
Okay.
Let's check if it will browse now. Just copy your IP and browse because we have already loaded it inside user data. Let's see if it will browse. Okay, you see now?
Wow.
Yeah, as nice as I say, you have to save time. There's a lot of things you will understand as we go further. But you need to understand the basics. Because without that basics, you will not even understand all what we are doing when we are right here.
Wow.
So we'll still don't worry. When we get to bash scripting, you will understand those things very better. You understand? So this is not our concern for today. I just want to show you what user data is used for to manage your time. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are done with this. Let's close this. So it's good that this has not been deprecated, but in the long run, we'll see a lot of things that has changed that have been deprecated. That me and you, we have to troubleshoot together to even get it. Simply, this script was written in, this script I pasted now was written since May, since April last year.
Wow.
So almost 1 year, I've never even gotten to open that thing because I don't really have any need for it. Okay, let's delete all this. These are my practice. These are my DevOps servers that I'm spinning on. When you get to DevOps, we have to spin up like, you see 5-4 servers running. But then you have to just prepare small cash every month. Just prepare like $30.
Every month, $30.
$30 because there are some servers we don't need to be terminating. You understand? Okay. So those things you need to be. We can stop showers. As we stop, we pay for storage because there are some files that will be inside that server that we need to pay the storage for. So every month you give that Jeff Bezos your $30. So just please time. Maybe before the end of the year, we'll do that as SSH again.
Okay.
You see if we have time. Okay, our server is up and running now. Okay, good, I'm fine. Okay, before maybe by next week, I will teach you how to use PuTTY, but it's another SSH machine.
Okay.
SSH client like Mobile XM. So let's see if we have time, I will teach you how to use how to download and use PuTTY. PuTTY is just another SSH, but it's not necessary. You understand? Okay. So that you just be versatile. It's
Okay.
just knowledge. No knowledge is wasted in this thing. Okay. So our server is up and running now. So today we are going to look at how to create users. Let me see if we are recording. Okay, we are recording. We are going to look at how to create user, password, groups, how to give permissions to users. That is what we are going to create. Can you record the command to create user?
Create users.
What's the password? The command, sorry.
Sudo.
Just go ahead, try. It's not wasted sudo,
Sudo su.
No, sudo user hard. Really. Sudo user hard, really. And please, whenever you are creating a user, please make it a practice to ensure you also create a password for that user. So sudo, please get used to, these are some of the basic commands that you must be versatile with. The user had password. This one will be pass WD. Really. It's asking me to enter your password. Let me use powerful. Enter. Let me use enter, confirm your password, powerful. So we have created a user called what? Rolly. Is that not so? So what is the command to create group? Assuming Rolly is supposed to be a member of admin. So creating a user is a sudo command. Please, some of those things are sudo, they are root command. Sudo, to create a group, we've done this before, group add, admin. You understand? So we have a group called what? Admin. So the question is, we have a user. Okay, let me sudo su. Let's go to our home now. Sudo su, cd slash. You change directory to what? To home. Where we have our user, you list. You see C2 and Rolly here. So the question is, how can we have this Rolly to become a member of what? Of this admin, of an admin. So that is one of the tasks we have to achieve today. So to do that, we have to go into our script. Okay, we are inside the root now, so you don't have to use the sudo command. Okay, so let's go to our script. So let's go into our script. So we are going to look at all this command at the end of this class. It's all this thing you after 4 months. Just the welcome of sharing. Okay. So look into, okay, we've done this. Password for user, password user, you see, user sudo pass wd rolling. This is what we did. pwd print working directory. You know this list ls ll echo to add content with this. So get end group, we display users and group. So let's enter this command. Get end. Sorry, this my Zoom sign is blocking this. Okay. Get end group. Sorry, it's hanging. Show me, Babyland.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, can you hang? Let me give you some network. DevOps do go. It's a very then you'll be integrating a lot of applications together. How you want to deploy application for company. You understand? You test for bug, you make sure that the application is completely delivered continuously. What they do in real life projects, you understand, of what application deployment, of what DevOps do. When we get to DevOps, we are going to practice it. Though it's long ago, it's boring though, and a lot of troubleshooting. Well, a lot of troubleshooting. Sometimes you not come here, you just mark you not even off your laptop, you just close it and leave it and sleep. That is very sweet. When you now get to the final stage and you're able to deploy, you now say, wow, this is sweet. So it's easy. Don't worry, it's easy. So we'll get to that. Oh, network. Hang. Why did you hang it now? Okay, let's come up. Okay, getEnt group is the command. So it's part of those, it's inside that file I sent to you. GetEnt group to show you all the group. So these are the groups. We have FTP group, we have log users. And there is one thing you have to know when it comes to group and what and users. For there is one group I'm looking at, will. Hold on, let me check. I think it's up. We still have to go up. Okay, will. The will, any member that has a pseudo permission must be part of the what? Part of the will. So the reason why we are able to do sudo, you know, if we go ahead now to change it out to Rolly and we do sudo command, it's not going to accept. It will tell you that Roland is not a sudoer. So for a user to be a sudoer, to be a superdo, for anyone that becomes a superdo user, which means that person must be a member of the admin, because it is a very critical command. This sudo you are seeing is a very powerful command. Any user you create and you give that permission, the person will be able to access sensitive file or folder inside your server. So you don't just give any other person the sudo command. The reason why EC2 is able to do that is because by default, EC2 is what? Is the username which we use to spin up our what? Our root server, our server on AWS. This server, EC2 is the one that created the server now. You understand? So by default, EC2 has what? The sudo command. And that's why we're able to use what? The sudoer command on our what? EC2 user. So if you go ahead to administer the sudoer command to Rolly, you discover that Rolly will not be able to perform that task. So let's do that and see whether we'll be able to do that. Let me clear my screen, for example. Let's switch user to what? Sudo. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, sudo switch user, sudo su Rolly. You understand? So we are now what? Inside what? Rolly. You understand? So if I now want to do sudo, let me do current directory to work fully inside Rolly now. Do we have any content in Rolly? No. Sudo, let's see whether Roland, you know, to create a user add is a sudo command. Without the sudo, you cannot add the user. User add, let's see if Roland can create a user called accuracy. It will tell you Roland is not what? A superdo command. You understand? It's asking us now for sudo password for Roland. You cannot create a sudo password if Roland is not what? A sudoer. So Roland will not be able to what? Let's see if we enter powerful, if it will work, powerful. You see? It's telling us Roland is not what? In the sudoer file.
Yeah, okay.
So Roland will not be able to use what? The sudo command. So let's go back to our what? getEnt group. There is something I want to point out inside this what? Particular folder. So getEnt group, we have the will. So for you, Roland to be able to use the sudo command, Roland must be a member of the what? The will command, the will group. So this is a group. These are all the groups, they are system group. We have the bin, we have the sys, ADM, all these things, they are what? They are system group. You understand? So Roland is not a member of the what? The will group. So this is the group you look out for if you want to check your sudo. To give you that sudo permission, you check if they are a member of the what? The will group. So let's go down. Let's go down. There is something I want to point out here. So we have Rolly. Start from this. Okay. Okay, don't worry, they are not necessary. So let's go ahead and see if we can make Roland a sudoer. Let's see how to add Roland to what? To admin. You understand? And also ensure that what? This admin is what? Member of the group, which means the admin becomes what? A sudoer. Let's go back to our file. Okay. So when ID is above 1,000, it is either a user or what? A group. Okay, let's see that. This is the file when you have your ID. So these are the ID for the group. You understand? This is our ID. You can see admin user really is what? 1001.
1001.
Understand? So admin is 1002. So if you go ahead, so let's exit Roland now. Let's log out of Roland, you understand? Let's exit the roots or cd ec2 dash what?
User.
Dash user. Or no, su. Switch user to what? ec2 dash what? Dash to ask for. Okay, now we are in our what? ec2. So let's sudo user add accuracy. So ec2 will be able to create accuracy now because it's a member of what? Of the sudo. So we have our user called what? Accuracy now. So let's what? List our group. Getting group. When you list, you discover that what? Accuracy user will be what? Created. You see now?
Okay.
Accuracy is given ID 1003. If you go ahead to create another one, the system will assign 1004. You know, just like that,
Okay.
etc., etc. The system will just want to assign what? Identification to the what? To the users. So if you see from 1000 above, 1000 above, they are what? They are group users and groups that is created by you or by the system. But when you see anything below 1000, they are what? They are your what? They are server what? Groups. They are default groups created by what? By the system. Their system was files that must not be what? Be altered with. And that's why you see all those ones. You see 995, 997, 74, 32. These are what? Sensitive files by default that is created by you on your system. But anything above 1000 can be altered. You can delete them, you can create, delete, change permission, all those things for them. You understand? So that is the difference between them. So let's look at how we can add users to a group. Okay, group, how to create a group ID. User mode, let's copy this password, this command. So this is the command. Like I said, you don't need to cram all those things. You understand? But some of these basic commands, I know all these ones now. I'm very familiar with them. Please, this is a sudo command. Sudo user add capital letter G. What is the group name? The group name is admin.
Admin.
What is the user?
Really?
Really? You click enter. So let's do our getEnt group now to see if really has become a member of the what? Admin. So you search for your what? Admin. You see? Really has become a member of the admin. You know, initially, really was not yet. Understand? So by default, really from your command, really has become a member of the what? Admin. So now, if you want to make really a sudoer, what do? You record that same command. You understand? Instead of using admin, will, like I told you before, it must become what? A will group for you to become what? A sudoer. You must be added to the what? To the will.
Okay.
Understand? You click enter. So let's go back and check our will to see if it really has become a member of the will. You see? Let me see. Wait. Okay, this is it here.
We EC2 user really.
You understand? So you know by default, EC2 user is automatically a member of the will. So now we have added the will to become a member of the what? Please, for you to do this, you must ensure that this user has admin right, that this user is an administrator. Because by so doing, really will not be able to access sensitive file inside your server. So it's not a permission you give to any other person. You understand? Only those that are member of the what? The server administrator must be added to the will. So please, it is a what? A very sensitive command. This user add will, this command. It is a very what? Sensitive command that you must take note of. So let's clear our screen and see if what? Really will not be able to what? Sudo su really? You understand? So cd, we want to work fully inside what really. So let's see sudo if really now will be able to create a user. User add. Give me the name, any name you want to add. Let me say Jinadu. Password for really? What's the password? Powerful.
Powerful.
You click enter. Can you see now? You know, initially it told us that Roland is not what? A sudoer. That first time, because Roland was not a member of the will. But since we now do what? Add Roland to what? To the will, Roland is able to now create what? A user inside that server. You see, it is a what? It is a very sensitive command because Roland will be able to do all administrative tasks because Roland is now a member of the what? Of the wheel.
Wow.
I hope you now understand that now.
Yeah.
So when you now do your getEnt group, you click enter, you discover that what? Roland will now have permission to create a user called what? Ginodu. This is it here.
Okay. Wow.
You understand? So by default, this Roland will now be able to what? To access sensitive file. Sorry, let me clear my screen. Sudo su. Sudo su. Okay, see this slash. So when you list, you can see Roland. We are working as Roland now.
Wow.
You understand? Roland can now sudo su. So Roland will now be able to view some sensitive content. You understand?
Okay.
From Roland, okay, let me exit this one now. You understand? We are now working as Roland. Roland can now be able to list. You understand? List slash. This slash, when you just do slash, it means root content. When you do only slash, you do slash, means show me the root, the default root what content of this server.
Okay.
So that's why I did LL. If I do ls this, it should list it, short list. You understand? You know how to list like this now, which means list vertically and horizontally. But for me, I like using. There's some cases we have to list horizontally, vertically like this. There are some when we get to some usage. But for me, I like listing like this. Sorry. Let me clear my screen. So by default, Roland will be able to what? To access some root what? Content. So let's switch user to what? Accuracy now. Sudo su accuracy. So we are now working as what? Accuracy now. So let's create. Okay, we cannot create password for accuracy because accuracy is not a sudo. So you see, accuracy will not be able to access some certain privilege. Can you see now? Accuracy will not be able. Oh, how come? Accuracy should not be able to list all these folders here because it is a list. It is a. I'm coming. CD slash. Let me see. Etsy. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Something. You know, before I think it's deprecated now. Before, if I did list slash under this accuracy shouldn't be able to do all this. Okay. But the fact remains that even if accuracy is able to list all this, accuracy will not be able to perform any task inside some of these sensitive folders because they are root folders. Because to be able to do anything inside here, accuracy must be able to work to sudo su to be able to perform any task inside all this folder here. Okay, let me do sudo su now. You see that accuracy will not be able to what? It's asking for sudo password. etc. If I do this, accuracy will not be able to do anything. You see?
Wow.
Should not be playing around all these things. So accuracy will not be able to what? To access some of those what folder. So when you are stuck like this, when the thing is not bringing up anything, just do Ctrl+C. It'll start to close that particular what interaction you are doing.
Okay.
So let's switch user. Let's exit accuracy. So we are out. We are inside what really now because we came out of what really. So just use all this command to manipulate. Add user, do all this, exit. You understand? When you are watching the video, this is how to what to add your user. Are we clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we are clear on that, so let's exit. Really? Let's go back to our what? EC2. So we are inside our what? EC2. Let me create password. Sudo passwd.
But from this EC2 to go back to the Rolly again, we need to sudo again.
Yeah, just do sudo, switch user to Rolly. Very simple.
Okay.
Just do sudo su Rolly. You know, you as a network, I want to see what Rolly is even doing. You understand? By default, as the chief admin, you are working as EC2. Now I want to see what Roland is doing. You understand? From his own laptop, you'll be able to sudo because all of you are working inside the server. You'll be able to what? To do things inside your what? Inside the server as an admin. So you'll be able to see file, folder, or the time that Rolly logged in, you'll be able to see all those things. So that is what we are looking at here. So we are inside our EC2 now. Let's create a file. Let me say touch touch a file called, let's use file 1. So let's list it by 1. Okay, we have a file called file 1 now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to look at, we are done with creating user and adding user to groups. You understand? So that shouldn't be a problem again. So what we want to look at majorly is permission. Permission. How do we give permission to files? You understand? So this will be our last class on basic Linux administration. So there are some things that when we need in the course of AWS or when we come to scripting, we'll be adding 1 or 2 things to it. But this is just the basics, the 100% basics of 90% of Linux server administration. This is the command. You understand? VI, touch, CD, all those things. Get and ch mode. This is what we are going to be looking at now. You know, to give permission, let me say this particular file now, it is a file. Understand? Let's create a directory now, mkdir. Let's call it directory. Or let's call it direct. So let's clear my screen and let's list. So we have a file called what? File 1. And we have a directory called what? Direct.
Mm-hmm.
You see that to be able to identify a directory, you see it has what? A blue color to show it is a directory, popularly called a folder. You understand? The white color is for what? A file. When you see a green color means it is what? An application. You understand? Sometimes you see green. It is what? An application what? File. It is an application file. You understand? When you see it as green. So you can change these defaults. I think there is a command that you can change all this color. You understand? You can change all this color to red, to yellow, anyone you want. Understand? But let's just leave it. That is not what we are after. Let's leave it in this default color. You see that this directory direct started with D here. Can you see here?
Yeah.
When it started with D, it shows that what it is a directory. You can see this one didn't start with D. It shows that it is what? It is a file. So that is another way to identify your directory and your what? And your file. To identify what file and folder different from each other. Please, in Linux, we don't call it folder, we call it directory. So please get used to it. But let's just be using what folder for what? For understanding sake. Okay, so to give permission to this file, please, there are some things I want you to understand here. This is read. Right, this is for user. Please, there's something I want you to understand. We have REW, we have REW, and we have what? Okay, let me say, okay, I want you to look at something. We have dash. Okay, let me comment it out, you understand? So that the command will not run. Let me comment it out. We have REW. We have what? REW. Okay, sorry. The first dash, sorry. This first dash shows that what? It is a file. Like I told you before, this first dash means it is a file. Why here the D means it is a directory, you understand? So after the first dash, what do we have? The first 3 things is REW dash. Is that not so? So let's list it out so that you understand what we are saying now. It's very simple. REW dash. The next thing we have, the next 3 letters is what? REW dash. Is that not so? This is it here. REW dash. The next thing we have is what? Dash. What this means is this. For user, you understand? For user, you are giving what? The read, write what? Permission.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Read, write. Okay.
Read, write.
R, read, W, write.
Write is W is read. Sorry, R is read.
R is read.
W is write. Dash. If we have, supposing we have X here, we only use X for what? Application, or for your what? For your script. X means what? Execute.
Wow.
So which means since we have dash, it means don't execute, because we have nothing to execute inside this file. But if we go ahead to launch a script inside this file, you need, for the script to run, you need the what? The X what? Command. For it to run. Understand? So which means this permission you are giving to this is for a user. You understand? You understand? For the user, which means for EC2 user, please allow EC2 user to read, allow EC2 user to write, which means EC2 user can edit
the
this
file.
content.
Okay.
Do you understand now? Then for the group, which means if this file mistakenly finds itself inside a particular group, you understand?
Okay.
Please allow the members of the group or anyone that belongs to that group to also read, to also write, to also edit, but please let them know what executes the application inside this what file. Okay. For others, this is for others. This is for user. This is for what groups. Why this one is for what others?
Others. Okay.
By mistake, this file finds its way to another entire server.
Okay.
You understand? Or to another user entirely that is not EC2, or that is not a group, or the user is not inside a group, inside a common group with EC2, inside somebody entirely. For example, it finds itself in the hand of accuracy user, or in the hand of Jinodu, who is not a member of any group that is related to EC2, or in the let's say Jinodu and accuracy are stranger as far as EC2 is concerned, even if they are running under the same server. Please, we don't want them to edit this file because this is a sensitive file. Only give them the read access. You understand?
Yeah.
Which means they will be able to read, they will not be able to write, this is right, and they will not be able to execute the application inside this file. So any question? Do you understand what we just said now?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to interpret what all this Mayama is for.
If they are to read only.
Okay. If they are to read only, this is what we did. Let me show you if they are to read only now. For example, you want EC2 to read only. It's arrow -- for EC2.
Okay.
For the group to read only, you do arrow --
Okay.
If you don't want your stranger to even read at all, you do what? --
Wow. Okay.
Do you understand now?
Okay.
You understand now, Abi?
Yeah.
So that is how to do it.
Okay.
So if you don't want them to even read at all of them, just put what? -- space -- space -- space -- They will not be able to what? Access anything inside what? The file.
Okay.
You understand that now?
Okay, yeah.
So to be able to achieve all this, there is a command that we are going to use for all of them. So please, there is something sensitive that I want you to look at. You understand? In Linux, for users, there's what we call 421. Please let me put # so that it will not go around as a command, please. Let me put #. You know, when you put #, it's just a comment. When we click enter, it will not run. You see it now. But if I didn't put the #, anything you enter in Linux is sensitive to anything. You see, it's to tell you it's not a command. You understand?
Okay.
We don't want you to run as a command. We are just explaining something. So you put #. You know, I told you when you put # on anything, you comment it out. Many things you did not comment out. Linux picks it as what? As a command. And it's expecting to what? It's making you feel like you're expecting a return. But if you don't want a return, put #, which means you are comment. It's just a statement. You understand? So to read in Linux, to read is what? It's assigned 4. You understand?
Okay.
To write is assigned 2.
Wow.
To execute is assigned what? 1. You understand? So for EC2, if I want to change the mode, you understand? If I want to change what? Let me say the permission for the file we created, you understand? Let me list down file 1. So the question is, how do we change the permission for this file 1? You understand? You use the command sudo chmod, which is referred to as what? Change mode. Sorry. Sudo chmod. Sorry, it's an error. Chmod. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So, like I told you before, I said 4 is to read. Is that also?
Yeah.
2 is to write.
1 is to execute.
For users. You understand? So 4 plus 2 plus 1 is how many?
7.
7. So you write what? 7 for the users, which means this user now will be able to read, write,
Right.
and execute.
Mm-hmm.
For the group, what do you want to give to the group? Let's say we also want to make them to read, write, and execute. What do you do? You write 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want stranger, any stranger that have access to the file, please. We don't want them to read, write, execute. You put what? 0.
Okay.
So if you want them to read alone, what do you put there? You put 4.
4. Mm-hmm.
If you want them to read and write, 4 plus 2 is what?
6.
If you want them to write alone, you put 2. But you know there's no way you can make them to write without reading. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So you're not wasting your time to not work. So you put what? 6 if you want them to read and write. If you want them to also have executable permission, what do you do? 4 plus 2 plus 1. For others, looking for stranger, it is what? 7.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not so?
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the file? File 1.
Mm-hmm.
So sudo chmod, the permission, file 1. We click enter. So let's see if all this thing is going to change. All this thing here, when you list. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So let's clear our screen and let's list. Can you see now?
Read, write, execute, read,
Read,
write.
That is how to give permission. It's very easy. Just use sudo chmod, pakam. That is all.
No.
So any questions so far?
No question.
What if it's a group? Peradventure, all these users, they instead of you, you know, for example, now, okay, sudo, let me find the command to add users to a group. Let me add accuracy to a group. I want to add accuracy to a group. User, okay, this is the command. You understand? Let me say I want to add accuracy to the admin group now, for example. Admin accuracy. Oh, sorry. I didn't put sudo. It's a sudo command. So instead of calling this, you understand? You know, the last command didn't execute because there was something I was supposed to put at the beginning. You know, in Linux, you must learn how to shortcut a lot. Instead of typing everything I swear, I can just say, okay, add sudo to the beginning. Sudo, shebang. You understand? What is it? My dear. Let me not wound myself. Let me just space it. You understand? So this is the command sudo user add. That's G. Admin is the name of
user mode, Lily, or
sudo. Yeah, user mode. Yes.
Okay.
How to add a user to a group is use the user mode command.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to create a user, it's user add. You want to create group, is group add. You want to list your group, get end. But yeah, you want to give permission sudo chmod. That one is for permission. But this one we're adding what accuracy to become what a member of the admin.
Okay.
So you click enter. So let's check if accuracy is already a member of the admin. Get end group. You understand? So we have accuracy as member of the admin. Can you see it? So let me say you want to okay, let me clear my screen. Let's also add Jinadu. You understand? Let's add Jinadu. There's something we want to achieve now. Jinadu. So let's get into our group again. So accuracy and Jinadu are what?
Okay.
A member of this. Okay. So supposing this file you created, let's list. Okay, this file you created belongs to what? File 1. Belongs to what? EC2 user. Is that not so? Yeah. So how can you change ownership of this file? To change ownership. You understand? You want to change ownership of this particular file now. For example, you want to change ownership to accuracy. You want to change ownership to what? To Jinadu. What is the permission? The command is sudo chon, small letter A, capital letter G, dash. Is it the command? Sudo on, is it capital letter G? Yes. Change ownership by 1 to what? Accuracy, for example. Let's see if it will work. Okay, I think it's A-D. That is not working. Change ownership. Let's check this. Invalid option. Change ownership. Okay. Let me check. I think I should have the command there. Use emojis. Okay, good pass. Okay. I'm coming. Let me check. Okay. Okay. I think sudo. I'm coming. I want to make it simpler. Change mode to change permission. Okay, wait for 2, 1. Okay. Sudo change ownership. Okay. Sorry. This is the command. Okay. So to change the ownership of our file, in EC2 you have file 1. Is that not so? Let me list file 1. We have file 1. Now we've created a file for the admin people. How do you now send this file to everyone inside the admin group? So this is the command. Okay. Let me copy the command again. So this is the command. Sudo change ownership. So just when you are watching this video, this particular one, you can be taking your own notes so that my own is just scattered. You understand? So that will make it simple for you. Okay, we want to change ownership to what? To accuracy, for example. What is the name of the file? File 1. Do you understand what we are saying now?
Yeah.
We want to change ownership of this file to become what? We want to make accuracy to be part of the ownership of this file. So that when we switch user to accuracy, we'll be able to view file 1.
File 1.
First of all, let's put content into file 1. You understand?
Okay.
Echo. This is what? A test file. You echo it inside what? File 1. So you understand? What this means is that the double greater than means keep the content of file 1. If I use only 1, which means delete everything you have before in file 1 and put this new content inside.
Okay.
So if you have a sensitive content inside file 1, you don't use this one greater than. You use the double greater than. You just only add what you are echoing to it.
Okay.
So, enter. So let's cut file 1 now. Cut file 1.
You already replaced the file now. Double.
I know with us, this one is just for test this thing.
Okay.
I'm only telling you that. So when you click enter, so we have a content inside what? File 1 now.
This is it.
So let's see. Let's change ownership of this file now. Copy. We are changing ownership.
Accuracy
file 1. So we are changing it to what? User. So what? Accuracy. So we have changed ownership of this file. You understand? So let's switch user to what? Accuracy now. Sudo su accuracy. You understand? So CD, we are working inside accuracy now. Let's see all the content is accuracy. When you list accuracy now, you should see file 1 inside accuracy. Why is it not listing? Come on. We should be able to see file 1 inside accuracy. Okay, let me recall.
Can we view it?
No, it's not even showing. It's when it's doing that. It's not there. Okay, let me exit accuracy first. EC2 user. Okay, let me recall. sudo change ownership accuracy
File 1.
by 1. Sudo change ownership user is accuracy file. So change ownership of a what? Of a file. Sudo group file 1. Let's try this if it will work. I think this will work. You understand? Let's see if this will work. Sudo group. What is the group? Admin. Admin y1, okay? So we've changed ownership of the file admin to admin. We are changing ownership of this file to admin. Is that not so? So let's switch user sudo su accuracy. So let's list permission deny. Okay, let's okay. There is something we need to do. I'm coming. I'm coming. I think what we need to do is to make this gentleman a sudo command. I'm coming. Let me exit again. Okay, sudo. Let's add accuracy to the command. But we don't need it. It's a very wrong thing to do. Accuracy cannot be a sudoer. It is a wrong practice. Let's not do that. CD. I'm coming. /home. We have this. Okay. Change directory to what? Accuracy. Okay. Sudo cd accuracy. Okay. Let's list. Okay, cat accuracy, permission. Permission denied. Permission denied. Babe, bring one more sugar, please. Yeah. Okay, this one is okay. It's okay. It's okay. We should be able to view this file inside accuracy. That is what the issue now. Permission denied. This is the problem. Don't worry, we'll resolve that. Sudo change ownership. We've changed ownership now. User.
To view permission of a file. So yeah, she'll call command. You could be to call to change permission of a file, to view permission of a file. Check on the next one. No.
Okay.
The third one after. No, down. Yeah.
Really? This one?
No. Up.
Okay, this one. Okay. Get file access control list. Get file access control. View permission of a file. Okay, let me check first. Let's do this. CD. This is it now. File 1, Abi. The file owner is what? Accuracy.
Group admin.
So this is the permission now. Read, write, execute. Read, write, execute.
Yeah, it's good.
Read, write, execute that we give to this, Abi. So let's create permission sudo pass wd Accuracy, Abi.
Yeah.
Let's just name it accuracy. Accuracy. Oh, accuracy. Accuracy. Okay. Switch user. Sudo. SU.
Accuracy.
Because accuracy is already a member of the, let's see, the list. Okay, sudo lists.
Oh, wow.
He's asking me for the password. Let me see. Accuracy is not in the sudo. It's not a good practice. I don't want to make accuracy a sudo. It's not really a good practice.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll get to that later, yeah? We'll get to that. Let's not waste our time. But yeah, I want to see a situation whereby when I want to give you the okay, that would be okay. When we get to Samba, it's because I wanted to give you the permission to see if you can access our server from where you are now. You understand? But we'll see that when we get to Samba.
Okay.
Sudo file owner. I'm coming. Let's use this command to set extensive file control. Okay, accuracy is not a sudo, so please let's exit accuracy. So we are now inside what our EC2 user. I mean, I don't want to make accuracy a sudo out here because it's not really a good practice. Sudo set file access control list. What is the file? File 1, I mean. Home accuracy. Is that also? Who is the owner of the file? Accuracy is not the owner of the file.
Yeah.
This is on the permission. The file 1. It should be file 1. So let's enter this command and see if each way. This is arrow-arrow. Let's give it WX. Oh, yeah. Want to make it read write execute. So this is just invalid arguments. Dash.
No need to put dash, read write execute.
And the book of Benny. I just want to give it that permission.
Okay.
So it's giving us invalid characters, set file access control list, -m. This is an invalid argument. Come on. And the change we're working, a lot of things have changed in this thing now. Dash. Okay. I think there is something. Let me use dash capital letter M. File 1, no such file or directory exists. Don't worry, we'll come to that later. But yeah, we'll come to that later. It's just to be able to view that file 1. But yeah, inside this thing, but let's not bother ourselves about that. But yeah, let's not bother ourselves about that. Okay, we cannot view the file inside accuracy.
Why?
Oh yeah. Just, we cannot. So what we just have to do is if we want to create, no, we should. But it is a lot of configuration. Don't worry, when we get to Samba user, we'll do that configuration. The configuration might take another additional 1 hour for we to view that file inside accuracy 1. Inside accuracy, sorry. There's a whole lot of configuration. Samba, we need to create a Samba user to be able to. I want to say we can view it via our Windows. But when we get to Samba, don't worry. When we get to Samba, we'll cross that. But yeah.
Okay.
But the most important thing, get used to all those basic commands we've stated today, which is the get end. I think that is all about Windows Server administration.
Okay.
Don't worry. As time goes on, there are some commands which we are going to get familiar with. But the most important thing is get file access control list please, Linux is case sensitive. Forget file access control list. File 1. We have been able to change the user to what? So EC2 dashboard user. We created a password for this person. You understand? So there is a configuration we are going to do. Remember, your admin members. You understand? This member of the admin, they are not operating on Linux. So I hope you understand. The people in your organization, they are operating on your Windows.
Okay.
It's only you as an administrator, your work is to administer all this permission on your Linux. But those that are working on your computer, they are still accessing your Windows. You understand? They are still working like this from your Windows. You understand? So when we get to server configuration, we'll get to all those things. We'll see how to make user to be able to access all these files, all this permission we've given on our Windows. That is why we now take us to network mapping, all those things. We'll now log in via accuracy. You understand? For example, we'll not be able to log in now because let's see if we'll be able to log in. What is our IP address? This is our IP address. You understand? There is a configuration we need to do for you to be able to log in into this server. Let's come here. So you'll be able to log in this, you do /, you paste your IP, you click enter. What's here? So if we have done a server configuration, you will be able to log into your server with that username accuracy. What's here? Accuracy and the password. You'll be able to access it. And now it's not even coming up because this is a Linux server. What's here? But that's in our VPC, we'll be able to create a Linux server and a Windows server. Would have joined them together. It's a whole lot. So it's a lot of. Let me not confuse you. Let's just take it one after the other. But as time goes on, all these things will be giving way to itself. What's here? So if we just log into your server, this is how to access your server. But here, Windows cannot access because we didn't spin up a Windows server. So we would have spin up a Windows server inside this, or if we don't want to spin up a Windows server, even in our Linux server, we would have enabled Samba configuration. With Samba configuration, we're able to access our Linux server via the Windows. So by that, we'll be able to see all those file 1, file 2 that we created for accuracy. The accuracy is not the owner. So it's not something that is very difficult. So don't worry, don't bother yourself about that. So, but the most important thing is for you to be able to access that, okay, the user is not, the owner is not accuracy. So anyone that is a member of the admin, understand, when they log in through that interface we just opened down through our Windows, they'll be able to view all this file. So that is the most important thing now. So for today, just go ahead and practice all this. Create user, create group, give all this permission, etc., etc. You understand? So if you want to change permission, you know the file we created. This is it. If you want to change the permission now, what do? Let's see. Let's change the permission, for example. Let's see sudo chmod. You understand? Let's give 4. Let's make EC2 user to read alone. The group to read and the stranger, the person or let me say, is it visitors, others, it's supposed to have visitors to read this file alone. We don't want them to alter the content. Sudo command not found. Oh, sorry. chmod, sorry. Sudo chmod 444. Okay? Let's list now. You see, we've changed what?
Just read only.
Which means EC2 user will only be able to read cat file 1. It will be able to read. But can EC2 user edit this file? Let's check now. You view into file 1.
File 1.
You see, it's telling you as what? Read only file.
Read only. Wow.
So let's see if EC2 user is able to to save. We are changing the file. Escape abi, colon, shebang, enter. What is it telling you?
Wow.
You are not able to save.
Wow.
Just be playing around, you will not be able to save whatever you are doing on this file.
Wow.
You understand now?
Yeah.
So that is what it's telling us now. So you'll not be able to want to save anything you have inside this file. So to exit, you just do this, you escape, you quit means save, because you've not written anything, just write Q.
Okay.
You want to go back, shebang, enter. So we're able to go back now.
Okay.
You understand? So now
Yeah.
let's change the permission now and see if we'll be able to put content now. You understand? Let's say 6. Read and write, you understand?
Okay.
Enter. So let's veer into it again. File 1, you see?
Yeah.
You see, it's not bringing out read only wherever.
It's bringing inside edit.
But yeah, so we'll be able to to edit the content of of file 1.
Oh.
But yeah. So
Yeah.
let's just escape. We are not altering anything. Do you understand now?
Yes. Yeah.
And please, for some reasons, your EC2 is a sudoer. You understand? So when you are working as a sudoer, you must be careful. You understand? EC2 will be able to do anything inside any folder, any file, because EC2 is by right an admin. But if you're able to log in as accuracy, you understand, and check the content of this file, accuracy will not be able to do anything except you go ahead to change our permission.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Yeah.
As a sudoer, you'll be able to do anything inside this particular file. Don't worry, we are done with Linux server administration today. So this is just anything we'll be doing henceforth. Everything revolves around all this particular command. So just list all those commands from beginning, touch, mkdir, just list them. You understand? Let them align to your own understanding. Those basic commands. So you have them anytime you are working. You don't need to cram them. Like all this sudo, you see what I'm doing? I just go back to my file. The last time you understand? So if I need anything, I just come. I just do what I want to do. You understand?
Okay.
So, any question?
No question. So now, as we video, as we go through it, then we know where to start from. But for now, I think it's pretty clear.
So you see, the just to do all those things, just do them. It's very easy. So by next week, we'll be going into AWS infrastructure.
Okay.
So it's referred to as what? IAC. That's what we are going to be doing next, which is what infrastructure as what? As a code. That's what we are going into now, infrastructure as a code.
Okay.
So it means we are using an infrastructure that has been coded at the back end.
Okay.
So we are going into that. So when we are done with that, we are going into DevOps, where we'll be doing a lot of back-end work, scripting. We Google if S, Tosheni for 377. We are going to see what the RIF for 377 here. But yeah, all those if S statements, do, loop, all those things.
Okay.
For 377, we are going to see them. You use those commands to do, and we are going to create it here. You understand? How to insert your card, how to withdraw money from ATM machine. Those the back end, what you are seeing at the back end, we are going to do them when we get there. So, okay, do you know that now they are still teaching Fortran, and Fortran is far deprecated. Nobody is using Fortran now. And to buy learning, they are still teaching Fortran. Imagine 300 level students, you tell them how to generate even number in 300 level. That's what they are teaching them. IT is sweet to Roland. Just dedication, those year. As time goes on, you'll be enjoying it. Don't worry. It might seem that just make sure you practice some of those things. Enjoy them. So for let me just make a voice call. For that particular SSH server, you said you encounter problem. You understand? The client now that is coming, assuming I want to hack into your server. So I'm the one running this cat command. Let me open it so you see it. This is the command. So SSH into your server. Okay. So I'm the one running this command.
Okay.
You understand? So after cutting my key, you understand? It's a public key. You understand? I will now copy that key I've cutted. You understand? And send it to you.
Okay.
So when I send it to you, your work, I'm hacking into your server. Now you want me to walk into your server. So I want to remotely hack or remotely connect into your server. You will not be the one inside server now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Inside the old server now, she will now do this. Okay. So when you do this, you now paste that key you copied, I sent to you, which is this key you cutted.
Okay.
Yeah, you now paste it inside this particular server file. You know, you see a lot of key, you just scroll and paste it down below. You know how we did it now. Okay.
Yeah.
So after that, you now VI into this. After pasting, you save. After pasting this, you save. So when you save, you also do VI into this file. So when you VI into this file, it's a configuration file. You scroll to where there is password authentication. You change it to yes. You uncomment it out. If it's already uncomment, you uncomment it out. You remove the hash in front. You understand? And the one that is no, you put what? Hash in front. You comment that no out. You understand? You understand? The one that is no, you put comment in front. The one that is yes, you remove the comment, which is the hash in front, to make it a command. So when you do that, what you do is what? You start your SSHD and you enable your what? SSHD. And I will now tell you, okay, I've what? Configured the server. Go ahead and work inside my server. So meanwhile, you must have created the password, please, for your EC2 user. You must have created the password for the EC2 user. You understand? You understand? So what you do now, you now come to the client server, which means you are not the one. I'm not the one that will now say, okay, you are the one doing all this configuration. Though. I'm the one working inside your server. You are telling me, Tunde, please help me to work inside my server. I will say, okay, take this file to configure. This is my public key. Configure my key inside your server. So you will now be the one to run all this configuration. You understand? When you are done, you tell me, okay, Tunde, I'm done. I now said, okay, let me see. I will now sudo on my own server. SH, the user, what is the user? EC2-user at your public IP. I will now click enter. When I click enter, it will request for your password. You understand? I will now enter that password you created. You would have given me the password already. You understand? We enter the password. I will be able to what? To hack into your server and view all the files. Any file you are creating, I will be seeing it on my own server. Show magic in here. Just listen to this voice. So yeah, when you want to try this,
I will listen to my
just try it again. If you didn't try it, our first class next week, we will do that again. You will launch your server. You understand? It's a project now. You will launch your own server. I will launch my own server. So you will not hack into my server. You will not be the hacker now to hack into my server. So next week we'll do that together. So when you are in the picture together, you will understand it then. I hope that's fine.
All right, no problem.
But first of all, go and learn it like this first.
Okay.
So see you same time next week. Peace of the Lord be with you, young man.
Okay. Sure, man.
So we'll go into AWS in full.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So by next week, we'll first look at prospects. We'll discuss about your AWS examination, then prospects. If we have time, we also look at the website that you should be looking at. You should be trying out after our AWS class. You understand? Just be trying out some, let me say, interview, just application. You understand?
Okay.
Next week. All right, thank you. So we discussed next week. We just be majorly on discussion. We will really work on IAM, very easy. That one shouldn't take 30 minutes, but most is going to be discussion. We'll work on this last project together to see how we can hack into each other's server. So that you'll be able to recall what we did, what we have been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Send video and share.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.